Zoey Stark.
Oh my God.
Oh, that was a bad one. Right, tell everybody what happened.
Okay, I don't think we can play any AEW stuff here
That's good because
because
it's WWE.
do what now?
It's
Or
WWE.
yeah, but you can go to the internet
No, I'll
and
tell you what, let's forget it. Why don't we watch it? We'll watch it together. One sec. Okay, then, we've got to watch close. This is the slow-mo version someone put on Twitter.
woo.
Let's watch that one more time.
Now that's where you got to watch it because I think it's her right leg, right? Her right knee.
Yeah.
She lands she lands wrong and the knee goes in and the foot goes out. And that is I've had it happen to me. That is a painful injury. And I think it's going to take more than just soaking it in cold water that's going to fix it. I think, have you heard it? She has to have surgery on this, right?
Yeah, that's terrible. Do you know what? I know it sounds crazy, but it almost looks like she's dislocated her leg from her pelvis there, the way she landed.
Oh, man.
So, there we go.
And it's hard to see it here. Right there. Boom. And she's hurting right there. And when it hurts, right when it happens, later on, about 6 hours later, it's going to be throbbing. She had to go to the hospital right away with this, I would think.
Yeah, I think she tried to continue the match. She immediately couldn't do it. One of the people outside, whether it was the doctor, actually scooped her up and carried her to the back. So that was a tremendously bad injury. But as far as
that was on tape, them scooping her up and rushing her to the back.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it was on tape, but I might have been. I think it may have been, or just in the corner, from the hard cam, you could see that. Or, unless that was a fan cam that caught that, I can't. But I have seen it. But yeah, that was.
And her name is Zoey.
Zoey
right?
Starks. Yeah.
I used to have a puppy dog. I just thought named Zoey. Cute little dog, and I kind of like the name anyway. But Miss Starks, my well wishes are with you. Hope you're not in pain, and hope you get well soon and come back to the sport that you're very good at, by the way.
Do you know what went wrong there? Because there was actually a timing issue originally. And I think Zoey, what she was doing was, because her opponent had turned round a bit too late, and so Zoey was doing like a springboard dive onto her opponent. I should have seen it. I have watched her, and I can't remember who it was.
I thought she was doing a drop kick. That's what it would look like.
Something like that. But I think because her opponent was a bit far away, she tried to like adjust in midair, and then just her feet went from under it.
Well, there's no way to adjust once you're in the air. You can turn, but you can't position. The adjustment has to be done by who was she with? Who was the girl?
I'm just going to say, in fact, just one sec. Yeah, sorry. I thought it was Kerry Sane, but I didn't want to say it. So it was a qualifying match, three-way qualifying match with Zoey Stark, Rhea Ripley, and the returning Kerry Sane, all vying for a spot for the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match on June 7th. As the Stark landed awkwardly on her leg after a springboard dropkick and was removed from the match through injury. Dave Meltzer has now addressed the original plans for the match and how Zoey Stark would have played into proceedings. So essentially, for the rest of the match, they had to basically ad-lib to get to the end, because this was not towards the end.
Oh my God. Listen, for them telling them they would have to ad-lib, that's what wrestlers have done for years and years and years. Now, say 20 years ago, 10 years ago, we would go into the ring. We didn't go over every single move that we were going to do. We were saying, well, here's a general layout, boom, de boom. And I've heard guys give a finish like this. Who did I hear do this one time? Oh, he got the guy in front of him and he said, okay, we start out boom, 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 and then boom, boom, and then boom, de boom, 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 go on. And I heard that and I went, wow, what a finish. I got to watch this. And I asked him later, I said, what does the boom, 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 de boom, go home do? He said, hey, we've done this 1,000 times, 100 times anyway. He said, we know what to do. I was just laying it out for him, just so we can both say we went through with it. And that's what they would do. Sometimes the guys didn't even have to tell the other guy what to do. They had done it so many times before that they knew it was a natural call just to go to this move. And they didn't even call it. Sometimes guys wouldn't even have to say anything in the ring. They knew what to do. But I don't know how many of the new guys can do that, because it took me, and that's what the purpose is, older guys in the business taking these guys in the ring. Now, the match may not be real exciting, but the green guy, or the guy with less experience, is learning what to do, what not to do, when to do it, when not to do it, and he's learning timing. And I heard one time a guy told me, he said, it takes you 5 years to learn what to do in this business. And I'm thinking, oh, crap. It don't take 5 years, but it does. It takes to be really confident that you're going to get it right. Of course, I disagreed with what he was saying then, because, I was young and dumb and that other part of it. But yeah, it takes a while. And then when you get in the ring, like when first time I got in the ring with Harley Race, he was so slow and so like just like 1, 2, 3, 4. But what he and Dory Funk Sr. too, Dory Funk Jr., they would take their time, because we had 30 minutes, 40 minutes. So instead of blowing it out early, we would just take our time, and they slowly showed me that if you take your time, build the story, because they're already there, and you can take them on the ride, and they'll enjoy it, and they will remember it. And they did, or some of them did anyway. I did.
Well, it's a good point you make, Dutch, because there is a virtue in not planning out everything in advance, and pretty much everything these days is planned out in advance. So when something like this happens, an unexpected injury where they can't continue, and especially when it's a three-way match where you can't just stop the match, you have to continue because there's still two, viable participants. It's tough when everything is pre-planned and then you just have to muddle your way through it, because, as I say, Kairi Sane wasn't meant to lose, because she's just returned. Zoey Stark was the one who was meant to be pinned by Rhea Ripley, so they basically just had to just wing it for a few minutes and hope for the best. WWE, by the way, has already edited out that footage from the Netflix show, which makes no sense to me, because it's like, well, it happened. Why are you trying to cut out all the mistakes? No one cares. In fact, more people want to watch it.
James, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Are you employed by WWE?
No.
Then it really doesn't matter what they do. But if it's a three-way and she was supposed to lose, and all of a sudden she's gone, now that they're calling it on the fly, and they could have. What was the finish for that match?
I think Rhea pinned Kairi Sane. Have you ever panicked in a match where you had like a rough idea of where it was going to go, and then you were thrown for a loop, and you maybe even didn't quite know what to do at all? Did you ever have any moments like that?
Not really, because it wasn't, hey, if you made a mistake, you made a mistake. That's it. No way to take it. We didn't take it back to the editing room and take this out and take that, because that cost money. And what they would scream at you for is costing them money. Because if you got to go to a studio, you're paying, back in those days, $200 an hour for an editing room, and they didn't want to pay. I don't blame them. So if you mess it up, you better keep it rolling, and you better make up something that's good. Or guess what? You might be looking for another job here pretty soon.
Mm-hmm. So once again, Zoey Stark, best wishes to her, because I know what a horrible knee injury is like.
What is her prognosis? You like that word?
I do, but I haven't got one for you because there is no announcement yet. Yeah, it only happened last night.
What the hell is Dave Meltzer? What is he worth? Why don't he do this for us? That's his job, right? To find out these things?
Yeah, it's actually probably going to be WWE who will announce it, or Zoey who will announce it. But yeah, it didn't look good. Didn't look good at all. Well, so we'll see.
I hope I hope she's okay. Those girls work hard.
Yeah, absolutely.